What happened was, again, these rates increased. Working people were unable to afford it because, again, our wages have stagnated. We're not getting paid enough, health care, etc. So this led to 3 million people being forced out of their homes and into foreclosure. And it's likely that we'll see this continue, even with some of the relief that's gone out there. I mean, it's been so limited. They'll give $8,000 here, $1,000 here and there. But most people the value of their homes has gone down so greatly that they can't even afford to move. They can't, even if they're going to chase. A lot of folks would say, maybe I could move to get a better job. Maybe there's another area of the country that I could move, and then I could, try to start up my family again, try to get things going again. But it's impossible because all of a sudden you have this huge house that you had, and that has basically hardly maybe even half the value that you once bought it for. And just to go into another happy topic, just to discuss, truly what's been happening with unemployment and also underemployment, because I think that's one area of discussion that often gets left out. But if folks remember that hundreds of thousands of jobs were being lost in a month, that it was consistent, that each month it was just getting perpetually worse. 600,000, 200,000, whatever it was. And in total, since the recession began, 8.4 million jobs have been lost. And recently it's been pointed out by one economist that more than 40% of all unemployment in the U.S. is now long-term joblessness, and that it's a structural. That it's actually structural now, which means is that too bad, you got to actually accept the fact that most of these jobs ain't coming back. That this is how it's going to be for some time. That this is not that this trend is going to be continuing for a while. It's pretty interesting that the folks that have been laid off and unemployed now for some time, it's always like they'll be blamed like, oh, well, they get benefits, They like, who wouldn't want to not work and get paid for it, what a good sweet deal that is, and that they're the ones that are bleeding off the system, that they're actually the vultures in all of this. But when in fact it's the corporations that want never pay us enough, so we have to rely on things like welfare, food stamps, and all these other assistance programs that we need, and that that they're constantly creating these conditions for us, that we have to go and get extra money to be able to just provide for the bare minimum of our families. And also, like I said earlier, talking about underemployment, most of these jobs that I was saying before that are non-union service sector jobs, most of them are part-time. That these are, and that a lot of the jobs that now that were either, people were forced out of or laid off from are coming back as temp work or part-time labor. So part of that is also, still creating the same problem of that people, although they may be employed, they don't have enough. They just simply cannot get enough by working. Who can survive off, $8 an hour minimum wage, working at Target? It just doesn't happen, So now to switch gears a little bit. I just want to talk about the role of, both the Democrats and Republicans and the politicians that are here in the U.S. as well. Because, I think it's no mystery anymore how much the corporations have influence over politics. And that we saw just even with the election of Obama that he was able to raise over $1 billion in his election campaign alone. And it was the biggest one in history. And, this is, I was thinking back on this, and, this is a huge reason why even for single-payer health care that wasn't able to be achieved. They kind of blamed it on the Republicans, like, oh, he was being squeezed and all this other stuff. But the money is available, and it was, most working people really wanted this to happen, but because, and actually it would end up benefiting many corporations if we were able to put this all in a pool and then have to pay out, because they wouldn't have to pay these insurance companies. But because the insurance companies have all their lobbyists, the money's being thrown at them, etc., that they're actually, basically there's some small gains that were gained with this healthcare reform, but how many people are actually going to see it? How the amount of limitations that are on it, the the amount of the ways that insurance companies can just buy people off, etc. You know, even when you have regulations on things, you know, it's very easy to get around them because these corporations do have so much money that they can't actually just get around whatever there is. And also, I wanted to talk about, I mean, that kind of leads into you know, the deregulation and regulation of markets because you know, over a long period of time that through the deregulation of, say, like the airline industry, that now, you know, these jobs that were once, you know, like especially all these pilots and like the that have to work like, you know, 80 hours and things like that, that actually it's leading more. I was watching a Frontline special that is leading to all sorts of crashes and things like that, that all these things have gone up because these folks, they're not paying, they're not getting paid enough, so they have to work extra hours, they're sleepy, literally flying people through the air, so then they can't, they're sleeping in, you know, in chairs at the airport, etc. And, you know, that this is one consequence of that, but it's just, you know, it just shows, and we all know how expensive it is to fly, so that's, you know, that's one example, but that was actually, I believe that started under Reagan, but this is, you know, this has been, you know, a ongoing process is what I'm trying to point out. And also I was thinking more about how regulation has failed when it comes to the policies of both the Democrats and Republicans with the BP oil spill. That was pointed out a little bit earlier, but even with all these regulations that are supposedly put on at these oil companies, that they were so easily able to get around them, pay them off, and that 11 people died on these rigs, and yet no one is held accountable. Nobody has paid for this. You know, they're letting the same people that let this happen in many ways in their pursuit for profits continue to try to clean up the mess after it happened. And there's also the bailouts and bonuses, which always is a thorn in all working people's side, I think. Thinking about the fact that these people got hundreds of billions of dollars of our taxpayer money, I think never sits too well with most folks. But you know, it was justified. The whole reason why these were justified, these bailouts, these bonuses, etc. And in general, why these corporations need these super profits, why they need to make these profits in general, is that they can put people back to work, that they'll invest, that we'll get our jobs back, and then they'll expand credit, etc. And that hasn't happened. We've seen that most people, like I said, the unemployment is continuing, that most people can't get even a small loan now. It's really it's still very difficult. To some extent, it's shifted that, you know, maybe bits in, you know, here and there, but for the majority of us, it's remained very much the same. And one final thing that I want to say about this is that, you know, often, you know, both the Democrats and Republicans have supported the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, and we're also told on the other side of this that there is no money. We're sorry that there's no money available, that, you know, that states are supposed to balance their budgets and all this stuff, which means slashing the living standards of people in those states, meaning laying off teachers, laying off public sector employees, etc. But you know, it always shocks me every time I read some of these statistics. It's like, I'm glad that it always shocks me to some extent, because it's like, you know, it's like I haven't become desensitized, but it really is just unbelievable, the recent polls that have come out. So the direct cost in Iraq has totaled 12.5 in a month. I should probably put that in there too. It's in a month in Iraq is $12.5 billion. The direct costs in a month in Afghanistan is $16 billion. The total direct cost of Iraq is $737.5 billion. The total direct cost of Afghanistan is $354.4 billion. I mean, we're talking trillions of our money going into